What's going on, guys? CWG here. Welcome to episode 121 on the Vault Hunters SMP. Did you know 121 is an odd composite number? It is composed of a single prime number multiplied by itself. Interesting. Now, don't worry, I did read your guys' comments about the Britannia stuffs and things from last episode. And as it turns out, the way I had my mana spreaders laid out, not very efficient. So I went ahead and rearranged stuff. I got the TNT flowers, the entropiniums, right next to the mana pools, and the spreaders are as close as they can get to that mana splitter. And that's a pretty intense rainbow now. Now compare the length of the bursts to last episode. It's much quicker. This is like way more efficient than last time, because I didn't know you could actually put these flowers quite far away from the TNT that's exploding. So how about we go see what our Terra Shatterer is at now? And it is up slightly, yeah. So the plan was that I was just gonna let this run overnight because I have a chunk loader over there and I thought it would keep this area running. And if you guys are in the Discord, you know that's not what happened. Basically, to sum it up, the TNT stuff was in a lazy chunk because the chunk loader's in the chunk next to it, and lazy chunks make it so that it dispenses the TNT and it doesn't explode, so it like builds up infinitely or something. Listen, if you guys want to know more technical information about what happened, go to Code's channel and ask him. Basically, it ended up crashing the entire server. It took 8 hours to get it back up. I'm sorry, Code. I'm sorry, I didn't know my chunks were lazy. I'll make sure they work harder next time. But yeah, I do get that question a lot, like how the server's hosted. It is hosted by Code. He runs it on his own hardware. If you guys want to know more details about that, join the Discord. I have a message pinned by him in general. I'll put it on the screen so you guys can see it. Just know that Code is the magic man behind the curtains that makes everything happen. And I can also spy on him through my window. So I think we should pay Code a visit here. I think I owe him an apology. Here's what we'll do. We'll build him like a throne out of echo gems. Yeah, Code likes thrones, right? I mean, he doesn't have a crown, but I'm sure he would like an echo throne. I'll even put an echo pog right at the top. Look at that. You absolutely love to see it. And we'll just leave a sign that says, sorry, Code, LOL. There, now he has to forgive us, right? I think giving him like half our echo ore is a pretty good thank you. Plus with CWG luck, if I were to fortune these guys, we'd probably just get 0 drops anyway, let's be honest. Also, people in the comments of last episode have been telling me to mess around with some more lenses. Specifically, the lens of velocity and the lens of potency is supposed to make the mana spreaders go like really, really fast. So I mean, I guess it's worth giving it a try. But I'm gonna have to get 7 runes of air and 7 runes of fire. Yay, more rune crafting. Oh wait, we actually have 7 runes of air. Heck yeah. Well, I'm gonna craft 7 runes of fire and we'll be right back. There we go, we got 7 runes of fire and 7 runes of air. But only the Avatar, the master of all 4 elements, can get an SS tier Terra Shatterer. Now let's go ahead and craft up 7 mana lenses here so we can make these special lenses. So I guess we'll start with making the air one. What's that one? Velocity. It's supposed to make the mana shoot out faster, so that makes it more efficient. Pretty cool. Next up is the potency lens, which I think is just supposed to get you more mana overall. So that's pretty cool. Now the trick here is apparently you can combine these lenses together with slime balls? You're telling me I can take a velocity and a potency and put it together. Whoa, that's cool. Now the real question is, can I still at least keep my colors? I mean, I'm assuming we could just like combine these again, right? Aw, it looks like it won't let you combine it with the colors. How sad. Well, you know what? Let's give this potency, velocity, stuffs, and things a try and see if it's any better. All right, I got the lenses on all of them, and let's see. Oh, wow, that is way faster. Whoa. All right, I can see why you guys suggested this. And since it's so much faster, we can up the rate of TNT fire, which is terrifying, yet exciting at the same time, so we gotta do it, right? Let's take like a full second off and see what happens. Oh gosh, this is gonna be terrifying, isn't it? Oh yep, now the TNT starting to stack onto itself. Ah! Holy crap, look at the amount of mana we're making though. Woo-hoo-hoo! This is getting pretty spicy. Call me crazy, but I think we can sneak an extra half a second out of this. Let's make it even more dangerous. Here it goes. We just have to make sure the pulse ends before the next one. Yes, I think it's working. Oh my gosh, look at how fast the mana pool goes up now. That's really good. Now you can see the Terra Shatterer sucking the mana out, battling the mana we're getting in. We're like almost stable now. So I think we got everything exactly where we want it now, and hopefully we get our SS tier soon. You know, our big cooling tower build that houses our reactor, it's always just felt a bit off to me. Also, why is there a windmill down there? What the heck? Yeah, but I like the shape of this cooling tower, but it seems off. Like a bit bland, but I couldn't put my finger on it, like how to fix it. But I think I have it figured out now. Come take a look. I added some white accents across one of the sides of this tower, and it makes it look way better. It looks like it actually has some structure now. That's what's been missing. This build just needed some structure to it and something to break up the gray color, and boom, I think this is perfect. The block that I'm using for this is white alabaster. Alabaster is basically what concrete in Minecraft should have been. If we go ahead and put this in the stone cutter, look at all the different options we have here. Not to mention, alabaster comes in all the colors just like concrete as well, but there's just more stuff you can do at walls. Half slabs? Yeah. Stairs? So I ended up going with the small white alabaster tiles. And I think it fits in perfectly, so I'm going to go ahead and add this to the other three sides and see if this helps. Alright, I got the white alabaster installed all the way around. It looks way better. And if we go inside here, I got rid of all the grass and stuff that's inside and replaced it with concrete tiles from Immersive Engineering. Now it's really starting to look like a cooling tower in here. Also guys, I got some good news and some bad news. The good news is, I brought all the live streams back. Now that YouTube has added a live tab, I can bring all the live streams back for y'all's viewing pleasure. The bad news is YouTube put it in a random order, and YouTube decided to spam everyone's subscription speed with like 50 live streams. I promise that was not intentional. I did not want that to happen. But the damage has been done. We lost like 75 subscribers because of that. So if you're watching this video and you're not subscribed, can you please do that? It's been a long past 24 hours, okay guys? So this Terra Shatterer has been sitting here for about another 5 hours, so let's go ahead and check it out. Ooh, look at that! We're like 70% of the way there. Oh wow, the end is actually in sight for the SS tier Terra Shatterer. I'm so excited. I just can't wait for that thing to be done, because I want to turn this off as soon as possible. I don't want to crash the server again. Code would kill me. So as you guys know from last episode, we made this flight module stuff that lets us fly around the base, gives us regen 3 and night vision. And it's super cool. The only issue is that it's constantly drawing 20,000 power from our battery, meaning I keep having to run this reactor all the time. But what if I told you guys that Mechanism actually has another way to generate power? An even more late game method than this reactor I'm standing on. And it's called the fusion reactor, baby. It's time to make a star. Also, we have like barely any black opal, so there's no way we're gonna be able to build this thing unless we fortune up some of our black opal ore. Now with 23 ore, I would expect a little bit over a stack. Come on. And we get 96 black opal. Okay, I'll take it. Also, by the way, people keep asking me, and yes, this is the same Fortunate Paxel that we used at the beginning of the series. And it's only lost 8 durability. I honestly don't know why. But you know, I'm just not gonna ask questions. So in order to build the fusion reactor, we're gonna need these 3 things. The first thing we need is some fusion reactor frame. This is going to require atomic alloys, which we already have on auto craft, so that's not a big deal. We need a steel casing, which is just some black opal and steel. And we need a bunch of these polonium pellets, which we get from processing nuclear waste, which you can guess we have a ton of. We got 720 polonium pellets. Oh baby. Next thing we're going to need is some reactor ports, which need these ultimate control circuits. We do have them on autocraft, but they do require 2 echo gems and 8 black opal each, so they are a little bit expensive. And lastly, we're going to need the controller, which uses some frames, chemical tank, and then more of these ultimate control circuits, so that's a bit more black opal. I'm going to go ahead and set up recipes for all these things, build the structure, and we'll jump right back in. And we're back. And if we take a walk into our reactor building, look up, there's a big floating ball thing. This is what the fusion reactor is going to look like. It uses the fusion reactor frames, reactor glass, the reactor ports, and all we gotta do is slap this controller right on the top. Yeah! So right now this thing's not going to be making any power. We have to give it fuel, which we'll be using deuterium and tritium. Then we have to zap it with a laser, but we'll get to that in a bit. First of all, let's focus on making the fuel. So the first piece of the puzzle here is that we need deuterium. So I built a little bit of a ledge here with some water and an electric pump that's sucking out the water with a filter upgrade. That way it's able to get heavy water. Then the heavy water comes into the separator, separates the heavy water into oxygen and deuterium. For those of you who don't know, heavy water is actually just water that has a hydrogen with an extra neutron. It exists in nature, and it's actually a real-life way we can harvest this stuff to power our future world with fusion. Interesting. Well, the point is, we're getting deuterium. So let's go ahead and take this deuterium and send it straight into the fusion reactor. Yes. And that's one piece of the puzzle dealt with. Now we need the tritium. For those who don't know, tritium is hydrogen with 2 neutrons. And it seems we can make tritium by running lithium through a solar neutron activator. Those are some big words. Now, lucky for us, we're already making lithium in our factory. As you can see, there's lithium right here. I just gotta run a pipe to get it over there. Time to do some plumbing. So I was working on some plumbing, and take a look at what I found if we go in between the ceiling of the first floor and the floor of the second. There's just a bunch of random woodadite ore in between the floorboards. I have no idea how that got here. I think I'm just gonna leave it there. So whenever you guys eventually get the world download, just remember, there's some woodadite ore in between the floorboards. And now we got the next piece of the puzzle taken care of. We have lithium being routed into here, being turned into tritium, and the tritium is building up inside of this chemical tank. We should now be able to route it directly into the fusion reactor. There we go, we have both of our fuel sets, and you can probably see now what makes this so powerful is the fact that deuterium is unlimited, and tritium is also unlimited because we can make unlimited lithium. So this makes the fusion reactor way more powerful because you can easily make the fuel. But now that we have the fuel ready, we need a way to ignite it, which means we have to get this fusion reactor very, very, very hot. And as crazy as it sounds, we need to fire a laser into this laser focus matrix. So we're gonna need 2 things. Sharks with laser beams coming from their foreheads, which is gonna require just a little bit of black opal. And then we're gonna need laser amplifiers. These are a little bit more expensive, even more black opal. Why is it always so much black opal? And we're back, so we got our deuterium set up, our tritium, and now we have our laser to start this whole thing off. As you can see, we got 4 lasers firing into the laser amplifier, and it is slowly charging this guy up. And if we flick the lever here, it's gonna flick like a really big laser into this dude. And it's gonna heat up. Oh, look, the plasma's heating up. But it's not enough. We have to hit the critical point. And I believe in order to do that, you need like a gigawatt of power. So we're gonna let that guy charge up for a while. In the meantime, there's one final thing we need to get this started. I know it seems like there's a million steps, but once you set this up, you don't have to worry about it ever again. So it's really nice. There's something that has to go in here. And what goes in the slot is called a hull ram. You need a hull ram that's stored with DT fuel. I know, it sounds very advanced. In order to make it, we just need some gold into a metallurgic infuser, so that's not too bad. There we go, I went ahead and made our hull ram here, but it says insufficient fuel. We gotta put DT fuel in this guy. Now, in order to fuel this guy is pretty simple. We'll just set it up here really quick. You need a chemical infuser to combine 2 chemicals. Let's borrow our deuterium tank and our tritium tank. Then we put them on either side and we are gonna combine their powers. Ah, there we go. We got tritium on one side, deuterium on the other. It's making DT fuel. And how much does this guy need? Let's put it in. Oh, there we go. We're already fueled up. And we literally never have to do this reaction again. So we can just get rid of these machines and put the tanks back. And now all we do is put the hull ram inside the slot, ready for reaction. So I'm gonna wait for this laser amplifier to be powered with a gigawatt of power. And hopefully we can make this thing. And we're back, and our laser amplifier now has 1.21 gigawatts of power! Oh wait, 1.31? Alright, we're close enough. Now, right now, the lasers are off because I've redirected all the power to the input of our battery because I'm hoping this is just gonna work first try. Oh wow, our fusion reactor got full of snow. Well, it's not gonna be snowy for long. We got everything ready for the reaction. Let's fire the laser into it! Oh my goodness, look inside of it! Whoa, there's a spinny disco ball inside of it. That's so cool. Oh yeah, you can get a better view from the bottom. Look at that disco ball in there. All right, let's get some information about this thing. Apparently the temperature of it is 300 million Kelvin. I mean, that sounds hot at all, but it's not even melting the snow, so it can't be that hot. But how much power is this guy making? It's producing 401,000 FE per tick. That's even more than the fission reactor was. And this is literally just gonna operate forever. I don't have to turn it off and on like the fission reactor. Because it doesn't matter how hot this thing gets, it won't explode or leak radiation or anything like this guy will. This thing is literally just completely safe. And the reason I've waited so long to build this guy is because it's kind of OP. Once you build this guy, you never really have to worry about power generation ever again. And I figured we're finally late enough into the game that I can build this and finally say, good night, sweet prince, to my beautiful reactor. I miss hitting that activate button. If we go down and look at our battery here, you can even see inputting 380,000 FE. So we're making way more power than we're using right now, and that's what we want to see. I mean, just look at that disco ball in there. Such a cool animation. All right, so with all that time we spent literally building a fusion reactor, I'm hoping that our Terra Shatterer maybe got juiced up a bit. Oh, look at that! We're like 80% of the way there now. We're getting so close. I can taste it. All right, go back in charge. Be a good Terra Shatterer. It is a new week now, so it is a new raffle boss kill time that we can claim. We didn't win the last one because of pesky COD. It is like 1 minute and 10-second raffle time. So let's go get a raffle time so good that none of the other people will even want to try to compete with it. In fact, we're gonna fight Hellfire Mage just to flex on him. So let's go ahead and run this vault and kill Hellfire Mage. Now the reason I got just a bunch of normal totems on me is because I'm gonna be using my jetpack to get around faster. This way I don't have to worry about popping one of my good totems. Let's go. All right, how many do we get? 6 obelisks. Lame. Well, let's see how fast we can get 6 obelisks, I guess. Obeli number 1. Obeli number 2. Obeli number 3. Obeli number 4. Obeli number 5. Oh, there's our Obeli number 6. We gotta be quick. We have to be so close on time right now. Come on, Hellfire. Let's go. Hooah! Yes! Okay, did we get a time? Did we get a time? 4 minutes, 56 seconds. We only had 4 minutes to spare, but we technically got under 5 minutes. Let's go. Now that we have unlimited power, we should look into some of these other modules we can make. For instance, we can make a speed module so we go extra fast. But a really good one is a saturation module. This would allow us to not have to eat at our base anymore. And I wouldn't have to waste all my mana on biscuits of totality because we really need the mana right now anyway. So if you guys remember from last episode, in order to make these things, you have to like suck some sort of mob. Ah, zombie. Fighting some zombies shouldn't be too hard, which means it's time to get to smacking. And we're back, and let's craft the potato module, or I guess the saturation module. Nice. And can we upgrade it straight to the saturation plus module? That gives us saturation 3? Looks like we can. Send it. And there we go. We got our potato plus module. All right, so I'm trying to hurt myself so that way I can lose some of my hunger to see if the saturation thing works. But I can't seem to hurt myself. Look, the arrows. What is going on? Here, look, I'm gonna try to shoot another arrow down at me. Yeah, what is happening? Well, I guess I could use flint and steel to try to hurt myself. Oh yeah, I'm fireproof. Can't even take drowning damage either. And thanks to our creative flight module, I can't even take fall damage. I guess I'm just gonna run around in circles. All right, I figured out how to hurt myself. I just have to fly far away from my base. Then I could drop myself with the jetpack. There we go. Yes, finally, we're getting hungry. But I still don't know how we're immune to arrows. Yeah, that like, what? All right, well, with much effort, I got ourselves down to half hunger. Let's put in the saturation plus module and see. Oh my, it went up like instantly. Well, that's kind of OP. We could also get the peaceful module. Let me know in the comments if there's any other modules you would want me to make. It's even a luck one. And with that, we're out of time for today's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Catch you guys in the next one. CWG, out.